G'day punters, we dress the same and this week we think the same. After another profitable round in round number 8, Shane Crawford and myself join you to hopefully find a winner or two for round 9. So join us as we step inside 50. G'day punters, Nick Quinn and Shane Crawford here. Welcome to Tab's Inside 50. We break down all the big issues in 50 in less time than it takes to heat up your noodles. And let's get started with a team very close to your heart, Shane Crawford. Hawthorn, can they knock off the Tigers this Sunday at the G?
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. Of course they can win. The Tigers were very, very good though, but the Hawks were fantastic. No Nankervis for the Tigers, so that's a big out. They're coming back from Perth. So they can knock you around, and we have Ben McAvoy. So first and big advantage for the Hawks through the middle. I think it's going to be a line ball. I really think it's a flip of the coin. I'm sitting on the fence. I don't know which way to lean, but I think both sides can possibly win the match.
Yeah, thanks for explaining what sitting on the fence means. We weren't sure there. But what about the Hawks longer term? Top 4, top 8, not a finals team?
Top 4, no. Top 8, yes. A very consistent side, very well drilled. And Alistair Clarkson's side, they will go a long way. Good enough to win the premiership? Probably not. Good enough to make the finals? Yes.
Yeah, some real nuisance factor, I think, come September for teams. You would not want to play the Hawks in a final. Now, one team that's desperate to get to the finals is Melbourne. They started the year one of the premiership fancies. They had a pretty poor start to the season. They kept their year alive with a win over Gold Coast. Can they knock off West Coast in Perth Friday night?
No, and no. The Demons season is over. It'll be nail in the coffin this week against West Coast. West Coast form average, but they're just ticking along. At home, they will win. It won't be a massive margin because the Demons, last time they played there was in the finals, and guess what happened? They couldn't even kick goals. So I think they'll be better this week, the Demons, but they will lose. So pretty confident the West Coast can get the job done. Will they make the top 8? No. Will they make the top 4? Impossible. So I think the season's going to be done and dusted for the Demons this week.
Geez, a very negative Shane Crawford so far today. Will that change with my favourite segment here, bin or win? I throw the topics at you. You like it, it's a win. You don't, we turf it in the bin. And Sydney, they knocked off Essendon last Friday night. Can they make it 2 in a row and beat the Kangas this week?
Bin, no. And I'm saying that against North Melbourne, which is someone you couldn't have a lot of confidence about. But I think North Melbourne at home, they'll get the job done. So Sydney, 2 in a row, no.
Clayton Oliver needs to have a big game if Melbourne's going to be competitive against West Coast. Can he have 30 disposals or more and 10 and more clearances?
No. Into the bin for him. I think he can have 30 plus, but 10 clearances. West Coast are watching closely around the stoppages. So that's into the bin for me.
Jordan De Goey's been an ATM machine for first goal kicker punters this season. Can he kick the first major in any of the 4 quarters?
Yes.
Yay.
Love him. Love Collingwood and love De Goey up in that forward line. So that's a yes for me. So a win all the way.
There we go. 1 out of 3 this week for the win. Now we move on to your favourite segment. You have made it your own, the winning Underdogs. You've been absolutely superb this season. Is there one you like this week against the odds?
There is. Adelaide going to Brisbane. Very hard to win up in the beautiful Sunshine State of Queensland. However, I think Adelaide are just hitting form. So very happy to be on them as the underdog. So Adelaide to beat the Brisbane Lions.
Adelaide to knock off Brisbane at the Gabatoir. What about the Western Bulldogs? You don't think they can win, but maybe be competitive?
Yeah, I don't think they can beat Geelong down there, but they can win a lot of contested footy, which will give them a good opportunity to kick some goals. So I think the Dogs at the line against the Cats, I think maybe that's the way to go. I think they'll be highly competitive.
30.5 points if you want to take the Bulldogs at the plus. The same game multi. I'll be a gentleman and let you go first.
Well, I'm becoming very greedy at this game. So this week we're going West Coast to win, 1 to 39. I'm fairly confident they'll win, and I don't think it'll be a massive margin. I'm going Jack Redden to get 25 plus possessions, and Nathan Jones playing on the wing, no one really playing on him. I reckon he'll get 25 plus, and the value there, 13.65. What tab odds? That is just incredible, really, when you think about it. And Friday night too. So sit back Friday night, get a little fill up, and then enjoy the weekend.
I spotted you having a coffee with Nathan Jones the other day. Any words of wisdom you passed on?
I said, please get over 25 possessions against West Coast.
My same game multi, not as generous, but I think will be a winner. West Coast to win, and Gaff and Clayton Oliver both collecting 30 or more disposals. Now we finish the show with a bang. What's your best bet this weekend?
Well, here we go. This is the one you want to include in everything that you do on the weekend. Adelaide to win. But we're going to go 1 to 39. I think Brisbane will be highly competitive, but Adelaide are just really clicking into gear. They're probably about third gear at the moment. $2.60. I think that's wonderful value. So that is my sealer for the week.
Okay, I'm going to stick with the winning multi-bets. I think the season's starting to settle down a little bit now. We had some banana skin results to start the season, but Collingwood, West Coast, Geelong and Port Adelaide, GWS all winning. Turned $20 into $50. What could possibly go wrong, Shane Crawford?
So you've got 5 in your multi.
What's better than a 4-leg winning multi? A 5-leg winning multi. And we'll see you again next week on Tabs Inside 50.
Good luck.